I see an athlete come into my office, I try to get them to buy into what their diagnosis is and try to get them to understand that I'm there not to keep them out of the sport, but to get them back as soon as possible. I'm on their side. So as a former athlete, I can relate not only to the obvious part, and that's the injury, but the very complicated aspects of the athlete's pain, the pressures they may be undergoing, the need to get back and be competitive, because these kids are under a tremendous amount of pressure to get back out and play.
We started out, coming off my first year, 7 and 15, and we wanted to start something different for my second year. Moving into the Wolverine Conference for the first year, we knew we were probably going to be a little bit more competitive in that conference versus the SMAC when I was there my first year. So a lot of excitement for the kids and a lot of excitement for us as coaches going into a conference that we thought, obviously would fit us a little bit better. And I think that is exactly what happened. We still struggled. There were still some good teams in that conference, but some injuries along the way. A lot better than our first year. Our second year we had less, so that's always on a positive note. And then we ended up 11 and 12 at the end, going to the district finals and beating Vicksburg and winning the district, and then going to regionals.
Missing Rachel is really the main thing that we've kind of thought about, and that people are like, oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do without her? But if you look back on last year, there were a few games where she was injured, one being against Coldwater, and that was one of our best team games that we played because everyone stepped up and contributed that game. Nikki especially, so Nikki knows Rachel's gone, so that makes Nikki push herself more too, which is really nice to see.
With Rachel and Nikki, that's kind of where I found myself playing a 3, so then I could get the ball into them while also shooting. I also got a lot more comfortable driving, which I think is probably one of my strongest suits, is driving to the basket, getting fouled or going to the line. Put a lot of work in this off season and over the summer. There's a couple of us that have been in the gym at least twice a week in fall because we don't play fall sports. And I think that's going to really show on the court for all of us who have put in that much time and effort.
Right now we're looking at 4 seniors returning for us, and Kayla Thornton, Kayla Nichols, Nicolette Nelson, and Morgan Pueschel. Those 4 kids were a huge part in the success that we had last year, and then you throw a junior, Harmony Groves, in there, who also was big for us down the stretch. Then we have 2 juniors that we moved up, one halfway through the year with Lauren Lancaster, helping with the ball handling for Morgan just for a backup. And then we had Hannah Carlos, who just came in at district time and then actually, did well for us in the final game. Actually got her name in the books and scored a couple points for us. But we're adding, some new kids that have never played, and that's always interesting. Every coach will tell you that you got to find the right mix, and we do have some good players, some good shooters, some good ball handlers, defensive players. It's going to, bring a different look to us, I think, after losing, Lexi Wyatt, Allie Skripovich, and Rachel Anderson. So very excited. The 4 new girls we've got, 2 juniors, Cameron Hamlin, and then Bennett girl, Taylor Bennett's coming out this year. So gonna throw a twist into our guards. A lot more depth, and that's what we like to see. I mean, we can kind of look at our bench and I think throw a number of kids in there and feel comfortable. Then we also have 2 sophomores coming up, Brianna Wheeler and Emma Bolin. And I think, again, haven't played at the varsity level, but last year proved a lot to us as they played together, and I think they're a good combination together on the court at once. So we're looking to, give them some time together as well.
I think it's kind of going into senior year, knowing it's your last one. You kind of want to make it everything you can make it, and that's what all of us seniors are looking to do this year.
Right, we're just going to try to, make these other kids step up and fill those shoes the best that we can. And I think with a player like Rachel, you're going to have to use 2 or 3 kids. You just don't lose a player of that caliber and move one girl into a spot, not typically in high school. But we do have some players coming up that we feel that can play those roles for us, and hopefully we continue to do as well as we have in the past.